I'm sorry, you cannot tell me that this isn't directed at kids. She's definitely making thousands upon thousands of dollars from this. She is taking these family-friendly characters where they do highly inappropriate things that are directly against YouTube's guidelines. No matter how bad things get for me on YouTube, there's one thing I'll never turn to, and that is making weird content that has no place on the platform. I'm talking about content like Elsagate. I'm talking about just general content aimed at kids that should not be anywhere on here. But apparently, some people didn't get the memo because a few weeks ago, someone sent me an email about a channel that they wanted me to investigate. In the email, they said, "Hello, I wanted to make you aware of a very odd kids YouTube channel called Cringe Official, with content similar to Elsagate, where it is centered around kids topics / media like unicorns, Wednesday, Stranger Things, etc. But the videos often have a weird twist, like implied object insertion and pleasured looking faces / moaning." So immediately when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is still a problem. So of course, they included the name in the email, and I decided to take a look for myself, and this is what I found. So they have two YouTube channels, the main subject in question, and the first one I want to look at is their main one, which is called Queen of Cringe. The @ is _official, and it is 1.57 million subscribers. They have 2,000 videos on the channel with over 1 billion views. 1 billion views in under 3 years. So this is massive. This is on an entire different scale. Earlier this year, I did an investigation where I looked into Elsagate YouTube channels. I found out that there was basically a network here on YouTube and the platform was doing nothing. This is yet another example of how these channels can pump out money and have no consequences on the platform. But let me give you an example. Let's go and have a look at some videos and shorts that they've posted. So this is one of the tame examples, and I've already got my hands in my head because I'm like, who the fuck is actually the target audience for this? I have no idea, but you kind of have to think, you know, these cringe topics, it kind of feels like this content is directed at kids, even though they would deny it. And again, like the viewer in the email said, they are dressed like unicorns, and there are a lot of things that appeal to a younger audience. Mate, I'm actually so confused. I had to watch this 3 times just to understand what's happening, but in the top right video, the implication is that she's dressed up as a unicorn. Again, she's going under the bench and then putting her horn through the crack, and this guy's sat on it and it's disappeared. And can I just point out the views that these have? Look, these are just shorts, but already 133,000, 91,000, 44,000, 360,000. I'm sorry, you cannot tell me that this isn't directed at kids. She's literally, she's shitting out stars for fuck's sake. And then this guy is sitting on, oh my god. Let's have a look at the comments on this one in particular. Someone says, oh, kids are watching. They point out the obvious. And look, the accounts that responded to this comment could be bait, but I'll show you them anyway. Someone said, yes, I am, and I see this. I am 8. Yucky. Yes, I am 7. So this could be direct proof that children are actually watching this stuff. And either way, it shouldn't be on the platform. There is a direct implication that he's getting pleasure from this, which is just blatantly against YouTube's guidelines. And I'm not even gonna risk showing them in this video, the actual videos. There's gonna be a lot of blur, because the thing is, if I showed these videos, this video would get taken down. So why can YouTube have action against channels like mine, but not against channels that are posting this stuff directly? And this whole pooping and peeing stuff, it could be genuinely cringe, but let's state facts here. People are probably getting off in that. And there's even more proof about that in a section later in this video, so keep watching if you want to find out the truth. So there is one main rule that I want to point out here looking at the YouTube community guidelines, and it is content that depicts sexual acts, behaviors, or sex toys that's meant for sexual gratification. I don't think you can argue that this isn't meant for sexual gratification because it's literally portrayed in the video, and I want you to keep this rule in mind again for something we're going to speak about soon because it becomes very, very relevant. But believe it or not, this isn't the only channel of hers, because she has a second channel with just as many subscribers called Paulina on Cringe. This channel has just under 2,000 videos with 1.38 million subscribers. She again has over 1 billion views on this channel, showing the extent of both of them. And also, the vidIQ plugin I have in my browser can tend to be inaccurate, but I'll just show you what it says anyway. It's calculated her views and her monthly earnings, and it's estimating she earns about $16,000 per month. Now, it might not be that high, but something that I will say is that she's definitely making thousands upon thousands of dollars from this. Me alone, I make alright money from this channel, right? I know what views translate into what money, and I can tell you, the views she is getting on this content that children are watching, she is raking in the cash. So in this video, she is dressed up as Ballerina Cappuccina and Tung 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 Sahur, two brain rot characters who, I mean, think about who likes brain rot, it's kids, right?
Ballerina Cappuccino? Senora Espressiona? No, it's Ballerina Unicorina. Ballerina Unicorina loves to prank people, and she's really good at it. No one suspects that behind her graceful moves hides a true prank queen. Sometimes she gets a visit from Tung Tung Sahur, and when he starts his wild pranks, even Unicorina can't resist. She melts from pure joy. Unicorina also has a friend, Galubiro Spironiro. He's crazy jealous of anyone who gets close to her. But Unicorina never gets mad because Galubiro secretly enjoys the aftershocks of her pleasure. But their little paradise is constantly interrupted by Tralalelo Tralala. He always meddles in Unicorina's life because deep down he knows she is secretly in love with him. Why? Because Ballerina Unicorina knows his biggest secret. Under the mask of a predator hides a soft, beautiful girl.
That has to be one of the worst videos has ever had the pleasure of gracing my eyes. Sorry, displeasure of gracing my eyes. It's not even I don't know, I'm lost for words. So I am definitely gonna have to blur most of that, but just to give context, Ballerina Cappuccina was sticking a unicorn horn up people's backsides, and the camera always panned to them having a pleasured face. Then Tung Tung Sahur came and stuck his baseball bat up her, and then she, I don't even know if I can say this, then stars came out of her. You know, the indication is that I'm sure you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that's fucked. And again, I just want to kind of drag this back to remember who the target audience are for brain rot. It is kids. Kids love Tung 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 Sahur. Kids love Ballerina Cappuccina and tralala. They are the audience for this, and these are the videos that she is producing with those characters. I think this very much does fall under the Elsagate bracket, because she is taking these family-friendly characters and putting them in situations like this, where they do highly inappropriate things that are directly against YouTube's guidelines. This is a full-length video, and it's been up for 10 months and has amassed almost 1 million views. Almost 1 million views. It's been allowed to stay on the platform, and YouTube have taken no action. Even the description is just disturbing. Tung 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 Sahur, Spiorino Golabriro, Tralala, crashed Ballerino Unicorina's party, buttons pop, tempers rise, and they all want a piece of her tutu. And I don't know if they're botting comments or if it's just people who like don't have a good grasp of how YouTube works, so they're just commenting emojis, but there are a crazy amount of comments that are just emojis or saying the most basic stuff. But believe it or not, it doesn't end with just this brain rot video. Now, for this next video, it's titled Unicorn Feet Yoga. I think you can all see where this is going, and they're trying to play it off as just simple yoga. But I'll show you the video the best I can.
Namaste. Welcome to Magical Yoga with the Unicorn. Today we will focus on a very important part of the body. It is our feet that connect us to the earth energy and serve as our foundation. First magical exercise. Toes toward you, toes away. Let your feet become a channel of love and harmony, moving with ease and magic. Second magical exercise. Enchanted circles with your feet. Slowly start rotating your feet clockwise as if drawing a circle of light.
I can't watch any more of this. Look, see if this was on any other channel. Yes, it could just be yoga. Genuinely, I would totally believe that. But the fact it's on a channel that already has a history of borderline sexual content, I would say that this is directly meant for a fetish. This is a fetish video, and it's got almost 500,000 views on YouTube. It seems to be monetized, and it's still up. No age restriction, by the way. So let's have a look at the shorts now, because trust me, they just get worse. I just want to pull this back. I just want to pull this back to YouTube's guidelines quickly. Let's just read these again. Content that depicts sexual acts, behaviors, or sex toys that's meant for sexual gratification. Here are examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. 208,000 views, by the way, in 2 weeks. And you've got people clearly getting sexual gratification from this, saying stuff like, I wish I was a girl who has brown hair. Or, I want to do that. I want to do that second round. And people are reporting them and YouTube's doing nothing. Someone literally says, I'm pretty sure kids are watching this. How is this allowed on YouTube? Someone says, I report them all the time, and it's to clearly no effect. Someone says, oh daddy, I want to see what you're going to like. Someone says, lesbian girls. Like, bro, no one can deny that this is sexualized. I know I'm trying to hit the point home, but it's because I know people are going to try to argue that this is just funny content. It's just content meant to be cringe, like it says. But there's only so far that cringe can defend you before it becomes clear that you're aiming borderline fetish content at kids. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is that if you go on her channel, her second channel, she has a Telegram link in the bio. So of course, I opened it up, I scrolled up to the top, and we can see the first post. She says, lately I often come across the fact that YouTube does not allow me to post content due to the large amount of trash. Don't know what trash means. I have a lot of such content. I started thinking, where can I freely post 18 plus? So this is a direct acknowledgement from the woman herself, the person behind the channel, that the content she posts is really only suitable for people who are 18 or over. And yet she doesn't select the option to age restrict her videos on YouTube. She actually kicks off when they get demonetized. She acknowledges it, yet she doesn't have a problem with posting it to people who don't meet that requirement. And here's proof that she's getting annoyed that their videos are only suitable for 18 plus. She said in a Telegram post, YouTube experts checked this video and decided that it's only suitable for 18 plus, so monetization is limited. Too bad it was hard for us to shoot this video. Now that kind of proves my point that even though we don't know how much money she could actually be making, we can only estimate, that indicates that most of her videos are monetized. She doesn't post about demonetizations often, but when they happen, she does. So the content she's posting is being fully monetized by YouTube. And here's her saying the exact point I was trying to make about the yoga video. I understand that this video is quite controversial, but I called them yoga exercises. And I want to ask you, was it fair for YouTube to block this video? YouTube didn't block the feet video, they blocked another one. And you can even see her viewers literally were 50-50 as to if it looks too vulgar or if it's just a joke. She is acknowledging that this isn't yoga exercises. She's just doing that to try and get past YouTube's guidelines. In this Telegram channel, she regularly puts polls and basically shares behind the scenes updates of what she's buying for videos, what people can expect. And in one post from August 2024, which again highlights how long this has all been going on for, she shared some props that she was buying for her YouTube videos that are suitable in YouTube's advised for people under 18. And one of the props is a dildo. I'm gonna have to blur it and probably blur that word in the video as well, but long object that looks a lot like a human body part that is noted in the category of toys that aren't safe for work. I got you, YouTube, don't worry. And this is one of the most damning pieces of evidence that she knows kids watch her videos. In one of the Telegram posts, she says that fans came up to her, said that they followed her on social media and asked for a photo. I'm going to blur her face, but the person standing to the right of her in this photo is clearly a child. They look no older than 12 or 13, and they watch her content. She knows. And it's not just me who's calling it out, because she's actually had the police called on her a few times. One instance in 2024, she said in her Telegram channel, someone saw from the window of the house that we were filming pranks and called 911 and said 3 girls and 3 boys are filming pornography. It's not just me being chronically online who thinks that, it's real life people as well. And also, I'm not chronically online. No one thinks that. In this Telegram channel as well, around the start of 2025, she posted a video where she's naked, but her front is covered by a towel only, and she's standing from the side, kind of showing off her behind. Now that would be fine if this was an 18+ channel, but there's nothing to indicate that, and on a channel where kids watch and may see that link and choose to join, yeah. And again, she posted a picture where she's got her tongue out next to a girl's breasts. And around the middle of 2025, she admits that she outgrew all the old cringe stuff that she would do. She said, speaking of formats, I want to make some changes on the channel. I feel like I've already outgrown the jokes about farts and poop. Now I want to create something more sexy. I think I've seen enough of the Telegram channel, not gonna lie. This has 1,800 members, by the way. Just to say. Now, of course, I did a little bit of investigating, and I found an email in the bio. Now, this was kind of how I put the pieces together for the other Elsagate rings, so I decided to have a little search. Now, immediately, of course, I took the end of the domain, put it in, and it comes up with a default Squarespace website, which means that they haven't created the website, only secured the domain. So I simply put the entire email into Google, and immediately I found a channel called La Elvira. This channel has 4.2 million subscribers, and in their About Me, they have the email. One of the videos on the channel is called The Biggest Cherries in the World, referring to, you know. And this is her walking about with a fake pair of breasts and basically seeing people's reactions. This video has over 1 million views, and although it has 2,000 dislikes, it has 5,000 likes, and it's not age restricted, and if I had to guess, it would probably be fully monetized.
Yo YouTube, today we will check people's reaction to my big as mountains, big than Pamela Anderson, my big cherries. Don't be alarmed because I don't go to the plastic surgery. I love natural things.
I haven't done anything like this before, and this prank became traumatic for me.
Social media standards require this.
I hope people will be with humors because they don't hit me on my cherries. Please.
You're not telling me this is suitable for kids YouTube, are you? Come on. You're a company with millions upon millions in the bank. Do something to protect kids. And of course, there are some people who are supporting her in the comments, saying things like, you're beautiful, I love you. But there are other people in the comments, thankfully, who are calling her out for this. Someone says, quit it with these videos, it's not right, kids watch YouTube. And in the replies, someone says that she's evil, she'd do anything for money and fame, we need a lawsuit against this woman. And yeah, I mean, they're not wrong. But of course, I mean, I agree with the person. All she does care about is money and fame. As long as she's making money from these videos, she's not gonna stop. And that goes for other creators in this niche as well. And she isn't the only channel with this email connected. I'm not gonna go through and show a lot of them because it is just kind of the same thing, but I'm unsure if this is a network, a brand, a company, or whatever. They're clearly mass produced. Like, they have a whole filming crew, they have actors, they have everything. So they're making enough money to be able to hire people like that, and all of them have multiple channels. So YouTube are enabling this, they're doing nothing to stop it. Now there's one other great thing you can do if you have an email address, and that is to send them an email. So of course I hit them up. I said, hi there, I'm a journalist from the UK working on a piece about alternative putting it lightly, YouTube content. People who push the platform to create what they love. This was the only email I could find for Ipolina, and I was wondering if she'd be willing to partake in a short interview so I could get some quotes for my piece. If this is something that could be arranged, please let me know. And just to my luck, they responded. They said, "Hi Jessica, thank you for reaching out. I represent Ipolina, and I appreciate your interest in including her in your piece. Before proceeding, could you please share a bit more detail about the publication, specifically where the article will be featured, its expected reach, and the overall context of the piece? It would also be helpful to understand how Ipolina would be presented within the article, including whether she would be mentioned as a creator, or how attribution is typically handled. Additionally, could you clarify the intended interview format as well as your timeline? Looking forward to your reply." So that comment about how she would be presented, that indicates to me that she knows what she's doing is wrong. The people behind this knows that she shouldn't be doing this on YouTube. So in my reply, I was just honest. I said, "Hi, it's a piece for my YouTube channel where I'm going to be discussing channels that can be scary to YouTube. I would be looking to carry out a short recorded interview where I ask questions about how Ipolina got started, how her channel has grown, question about her thoughts on towing the line of YouTube guidelines, and what her future aspirations look like." And that's true. That is how I would have been carrying out the interview. I would have been not stating any facts on her, really, just presenting it to you guys and saying what the evidence suggests. I only sent this a little bit ago. They haven't got back to me yet, but if they ever do, I will definitely let you know. And keep an eye on the pinned comment of this video, because if I do manage to carry out an interview with Ipolina, I will include a link to it unlisted in the pinned comment of this video. But thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video if you did enjoy. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure to rate it 5 stars and follow the show. And of course, please let me know in the comments what you thought of this rabbit hole, and if you think YouTube are doing enough. If you have any topics that you would like to see me cover here on the channel, you can comment it, send it to me on social media, or email at jessicurbusiness@gmail.com. Alternatively, if you're a fan of Reddit, you can submit it over on the Reddit at r/Jessicur. Don't forget to check me out on social media. I have Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitter, and if you want to get involved with the community, you can join my Discord server using the link in the description. Thank you so much to my Jessicur Plus members, Morrigan, Alex Rod, K4 Silver, Entreprenaut, Collectiki, Brooke, Carmilla, Based Finger, Midnight Kitty, River Camera, Willow, Briar, Frozen Roses, Jaskier, Shriv the Shrew, Rudy Jazz, Mikey Poopy, Clara, Cal, and Ivo Space. Make sure you check out Jessicur Plus if you want an uncensored version of this video and over 100 videos for you to binge watch. It's a great way to support the channel, and for the first person who fancies it, here's a code on screen for a free month. I'll be back very soon with another video, but if you want another right now, then YouTube thinks that you'll like the video that's on your screen.